guys, it's Mia Redrick here, the mom strategist. Now, I am so excited about the scope topic tonight. There is just going to be, I don't think there's going to be a replay on this. I'm going to be breaking this down. I don't know that I'm going to do a replay on this. I'm Mia Redrick. I'm the mom strategist. I support clients with both life and business success. You can always check me out at MiaRedrick.com. Today, I'm going to be teaching on very simply the three things that I would do, if today I was just getting started and I wanted to launch my very first product or service. What would I do? And I wanted to hit 10K in my business. What would I do, right? Isn't that a great query? It's something that people never ask me. Nobody ever asked me this question. So I thought this would be really great to go inside of Scope School. Now, as you guys know, Scope School is here to support those of you who love these videos and you want to be able to coach yourself just by popping on whatever it is that you want to know. Hey, Tamika, good to see you. And then you just pop on that right inside of Scope School. All right. There are about 550 videos. And for those of you who follow me all the time, it's just $97 a month. You can coach yourself, right? You can coach yourself, all right, inside my community with these videos at Scope School. Just go to MiaRedrick.com to check that out. Now, today is going to be an awesome scope, and there is not going to be a replay. I'm going to be breaking down very simply, if I were just getting started, thank you so much. Cut it all off. If I were just getting started, what would I do if I wanted to hit $10,000 in a month in my business? What would I do? And I know exactly what I would do. It's a question that nobody ever asked me. What would you do, right? But I know exactly what I would do. If knowing what I know today, I want to share that with you guys. Now, do me a favor and please share on Twitter, on Facebook, and of course on Periscope, because we know other people will benefit from knowing exactly the exact same thing, all right? And I'm going to break this all the way down as I often do. For those of you who are new to my scopes, it's nice to virtually meet you. Thank you, Tamika, for sharing. I'm Mia Redrick. I'm the mom strategist. I'm a business coach, and I got started in my business over 13 years ago. I made the decision one day that I wanted to simply go to work as myself. I wanted to take my background, my gifts, and my talent and merge those into my own coaching practice. And I had no idea how to merge corporate training and the systems that I had in motherhood into my own business. So I went to a small business resource center in my town, and I was told by the director of that business center that my idea did not make any sense. That's what I was told. Hi, Ladera. I was told that, hi, Deborah, that this idea did not make any sense and that I should simply go back to work. Okay. Can you believe that? I went to the Small Business Resource Center and I was told to go back to my job. All right. But I kept looking for someone that could help me. Hey, Sonia. And I ended up bumping into the second highest paid coach in the country. And I decided to hire her. I decided to work with her. Her models flat changed my life. I had never met an entrepreneur that was truly free. Hey there, darling. Good to see you. Who was truly free. And she was free. November, December, January, and February, she would go to Mexico and run her coaching practice from Mexico. I was like, what kind of business what? All the entrepreneurs I knew, they were working hard. They weren't working smart. They didn't know how to leverage their time. And here it is. I had this great model and example in front of me. And you know what I did? I wrote a check. That was the very first thing that I did to grow my company. I invested in myself. True story. And as a result of what I learned, standing with her, learning how to build the business of coaching, I've been a full-time entrepreneur for over a decade. And I love what I get to do. And I work with really smart, sharp, incredible people who believe in self-investment. They believe in God. And they understand that it takes time, money, and energy to build a dream and commitment. And you got to make a decision to that. And that, decision for that. And that is so exciting to work with people who want to build their brands from scratch, who want to stand on their education, background, gifts, and talent and go to work as themselves. And if this is you, you can write, that's me too, Mia, all right? But I will tell you this, that as a result of building my business, right, the fact of the matter is what was really awesome for me was my husband needed me. Like, he developed kidney disease 8 years ago. And I was so grateful that I had built a business that, is that you too, right? That was time rich, so I could be there for him and my kids during a time where they needed me the most. Now, I don't know if you guys know anything about dialysis, but it is a really aggressive treatment. It's about 15 hours a week where literally your blood is cleaned. And he had to do that every single week, 3 times a week, okay? Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And I was grateful that I had built a business that allowed me, one, the freedom to be able to be there, two, the income. My income didn't suffer because I built my business from the comfort of my home. And maybe you don't know anything about that. Like maybe you're a coach out there and the way you've been taught to build a business is on speaking platforms. And that is one option, but it's not the only option. And what I love is being able to build your business from the comfort of your home and having your clients come to you. And if that excites you, then you're going to love what I scope about. I talk a lot about time-rich models. Hey, Colleen, good to see you. Colleen, I sent you a note. Make sure you check your email. So I love that. And then my husband got a kidney transplant about 3 years ago. And I was so grateful that he did amazingly well. We were able to hire for him a private physician so he could get the best care ever. To me, that's what it's about. If you are running a business, did you get it? Okay. If you're running a business, okay, then it allows you to be able to be there for your family when they need you most. And that's however they need you, whether it's time they need you or financially they need you or emotionally they need you, however they need you. A great business will allow you to provide that for your family. And I love being an entrepreneur and running this business because it equally allowed me to be able to give my kids literally a world-class education. And we've invested over $740,000 educating our kids in elementary, middle, and high school. And I tell you this because I know that there's a mom or dad out there that's literally what you want. Like you want to be able to give your kids also a world-class education. And if this is you, to me, building a business that is sustainable, that's beyond 6 figures. I know everybody says 6-figure this and 6-figure that and 6-figure this, but it's beyond 6 figures, to be able to give your kids the kind of education that you've dreamed of, the kind of association that giants get, that the elite in our country have the access to. And all it takes is income, right? That's all it takes, right? Education is just like a differential, and it really is, right? So, or maybe you just want to be an entrepreneur because you just want to date your husband in the middle of the week, and you're free to do that, right? If you own your time. I love that. I love being able to date my husband in the middle of the day. My husband's a full-time entrepreneur. He's been home for 2 decades. I've been home for 2 decades. My kids have never seen mom or dad ever work a job. And I think that is, to me, a tremendous accomplishment. And maybe that's something that you want too. Like maybe you want to shift and you want to change your children's lens, right? And you want them to see you in that way as an entrepreneur. Or maybe you just want to be like me and you want to just be at all the things, right? You want to be at all the games. You want to be at all the plays. You want to be the cupcake mom. You want to be at the... that's me. Okay, that's what I like to do, right? Wow, Coach, that's way beyond 6 and 7 figures, right? Great point. So important. It's so important. And it's important to know the difference because I think that we can get so caught up in a language that is a small language when people keep saying hit 6 figures, hit 6 figures, hit 6 figures. And it really is beyond that. And what I'm going to share with you guys tonight is literally what I would do. I'm going to share strategy of what I would do if I were just getting started in business today, knowing what I know today about business, knowing what I know about how to create profit in a business. What would I do? There are 3 things that I would do. And I'm very, very clear about what those things are because they're game changers. This is what I would do. Like tomorrow, if I had no resources at all and I was just getting started, I'm going to share with you what I would do to be able, I know it would make 10 grand in my business at a minimum, right? And in your business, it will work for any single person. That's what I'm going to talk about today. Now, do me a favor. If you haven't shared yet on Twitter, on Facebook, and of course on Periscope, I want you to make sure you do that because this is going to be a fire scope and I don't know that I'm going to do a replay for the scope. So we definitely want to pack it out and have more people in the room. Yes, freedom to do what's important, date your spouse, spend time with your kids, right? Be there for your parents, whatever it is that you want for you. Or maybe you just want to enter the office, Tamika. I come to the office 11:30, 12 o'clock every day. And I love that I have the ability to be in choice about that for me and my lifestyle. That's what works for me. All right. And I go to my gym in the mornings. That's my time for me. And then from there, I'm able to choose what I want to do. So I just want to say that to those of you who want options. All right. So if you're ready, I'm ready. What I want you to do, if you're ready, I just want you to write, I'm ready, Mia, okay? And I'm going to get started. Today, I'm going to very simply share with you 3 things that I would do to hit my first 10K in a product launch. Like, if I were just getting started, what would I do? Like, you ever thought about that? Maybe you have thought about that. Chelsea's ready. Is she the only one ready? Okay. Tamika is ready. Anybody else ready? Anyone else ready? One of my clients just wrote me a couple minutes ago. She just hit $75,000 for the very first time working with me. How cool is that? She was $2,000 away as of last week. Her goal when she hired me was to make $75,000 by the end of the year, and she's done it in a couple of months. She hit 75 grand. It's Jasmine, guys, Tamika. So make sure you guys shout her out. I'll probably put a post inside the community. Just literally sent me a message. It's hot off the press, right? How cool is it? But here's the coolest part. If I were getting started today, and I was creating a product, knowing what I know now about how to do business and the best places to go in order to get started with your business and be able to build a profitable business, the question really is, what would you do? Like, have you ever thought about that? Like, have you ever thought about asking someone that achieves success in an area that you want, if you were just getting started today, knowing what you know today, give me a perspective about what's the first thing that you would do? Thank you, Nikki, Dr. Nikki, for sharing. I appreciate that. So have you ever thought about that? Anybody ever thought about that? Ever thought about that? Because somebody ever asked me that. That's why I thought about this question today. And I thought this will really support those of you who maybe, you're thinking like, I'm ready to get started. Where do I get started, right? Thank you so much. I appreciate it, all right? So this is what I would do. And I'm just going to break it down as always. And my goal is what a great question. Thanks for gifting us with the answer. My goal as always is to create that shift to move you forward. And that I believe that if you have the knowledge, then that's the only thing that really keeps people from being able to do whatever it is they want to do, is knowing what to do, right? Don't you agree? All right. So here's the first thing that I would do. First thing I would do is understanding that I know what I know today, and I know what works, and I know the most profitable ways. And what I'm going to share with you, you don't need a list in order to get started. I think a lot of times people think that in order for them to be able to realize significant success in that list, they think, I need to have a big old email list. Or you might be thinking that you need to be really well known, like everybody needs to know you, and or maybe you might be thinking even that you need to have a lot of television. It helps, but you don't need to have that in order for what I'm going to share with you today to hit 10K in your product or service launch. Or maybe you've been thinking that you need to have a lot of accolades or a lot of certifications, or, to qualify you being in a position to be able to sell your services. And I know that what I'm mentioning is so true because there are no hearts here, but I'm going to break this down anyway. That's okay. All right. Because this is where people are. A lot of times people think that, I can't achieve success in my business or reach for a certain level of success in my business because I don't have these things. So I'm going to kind of dispel all of those things today. I'm going to say you don't need to have an email list. Nope. You don't need to be on television. You don't need that. You don't even no one has to even know who you are or what you're doing, really, like literally. Okay. But the one thing that what we all have to be in agreement on is that you need to know the results that you can create for someone else. Okay. So the one thing that we have to be clear on is that you need to be clear about the results that you can create for someone else. All right. In order for what I'm sharing to be a possibility for you. Right. So it's not a guarantee. I can't guarantee that anybody doing this today would make 10 grand. But I'm telling you what I would do if I were getting started and nobody knew who the mom strategist was. And I wanted to be able to hit $10,000 at a minimum in my business. Okay. Does that make sense? Okay. So I don't want anybody coming to me and saying, I did this and you told me I guarantee. That's not the case. What I'm saying to you is, that's my disclaimer, is that if I were going to get started today knowing what I know about business, all right, and I know a lot about business, this is what I would do. All right. You guys ready to hear it? So the first thing that I would do is I would start to think about first, the kind of results that I provide for people, right? Naturally. Like, what do I know how to do? Like, what is it that I really, really know how to do exceptionally well? Okay, for someone. And I know that based on those things, I can create a result for someone. So likely for me, I would start to think about, okay, well, one of the things that I know how to do is take what anybody is doing, no matter what the industry is, and package their know-how into a product. Give them ideas of what it could look like. Like, you could be a coach and you could charge this and you could set it up this way, or, you could offer this way. You could position yourself this way. So one of my zone of geniuses is the fact that I often work with really brilliant people who don't know how to take what they're doing from their profession and package that into a product that they can sell. So first thing I would do, I would get clear about that. Okay, the thing that I do that I know if I started working with you tomorrow that I know I could do for you, right? That would be the first thing. And I know that if I were working with any of you, the first thing that I could do is get clear about what you could offer, who you are based on your gifts, your talents, your soft skills, how you could package your know-how into something that is monetizable, that you could serve the world with one-to-many models. That's my sweet spot, all right? So I would first be clear about that, all right? Then the next thing I would do in order for me to be able to generate income is I would create an offer that I call a premium offer, a big rock offer, a high ticket offer, okay? Based on that transformation I provide. Literally, that's what I would do. I would start thinking about, what's the value of what I'm bringing to the table, and based on what I'm bringing to the table, okay, I'm going to price a high ticket offer, literally based on the transformation I'm going to provide. I'll give you an example. So one of the things that I think about that I do very easily, I was coaching a client today and talking to her about how to get media. Okay. So what's the value of me teaching somebody how to get media? I know how to get media. Okay. $8,000 to $12,000 per segment. $8,000 to $12,000. So if I teach you how to get media and you get media, right, you can do this for life. And each segment is $8,000 to $12,000 to $12,000. Highly valuable. So I'm gonna understand that that's something I know how to do. Or I might think about, okay, what if you were working with me and you wanted to create your curriculum and I help you to figure out, one, get clear about whatever it is that you want to do, right? The fact of the matter is I'll answer your questions at the end, okay? Okay. So hold on to your question, copy and paste it, okay? So I would look at, think about what I know how to do, which is take what you are doing and then package it into a product that you can sell. Because a lot of times the people that come to me, the issue they have is that they're brilliant, but they don't know how to translate what they're doing into any kind of product, right? So they really struggle with that. So I would say, okay, what's the value of that? So if I can help you come up with a high ticket offer and it's $4,000 or $5,000 or $10,000 or more, what's the value of that? $5,000, $10,000 or more. Over and over and over again, because you're not going to just sell one thing. But also, it's not just that. Sometimes I work with people and they have an incredible background and they don't know how to take what they're doing. Thank you so much. They don't know how to take what they're doing and position it. They're like, I was doing this thing in corporate America and now I'm doing this thing in my business. How do I pivot, right? How do I offer that to the world? And that's one of the things that I know how to do. How do you do that? So I would be really clear about whatever I'm going to offer to someone. I would create a high ticket offer based on the results that I know how to provide. That means that I know that I can do this thing. Okay. So whatever you're going to offer, you need to know that you can do this thing. Or it could be that you've always wanted to write a book, right? And you've been struggling with doing it. And I've got many different ways to be able to write a book, right? And so one of the things that I might do is say, let me show you how I can support you with being able to write your book that's steeped in who you are and being able from that book create a whole movement around it. Okay. So those are the things that I know how to do. Okay. Really well. So the first thing, my high ticket offer would be steeped in the results that I know how to provide. And I would be crystal clear. And I wanted to give you guys examples because hopefully in hearing these examples, they're pretty crystal clear, right? They're pretty clear, right? So you're like, okay, you know how to help anybody who doesn't want to write a book, right? And to do a high quality book that positions your brand. Okay, great. All right. You know how to take someone that is maybe had a great career or great soft skills, but they don't know how to turn that into a business. You know how to help them package what they know into a product, right? Is that clear, right? That's how crystal clear it needs to be. Or it could be that I have a product, but I don't know how to position what I'm doing now from what I was doing, right? And so it's like, okay, all right, so you know how to do that. So the first thing I would do, thank you so much, I appreciate it, is I would create a high ticket offer based on what I know how to do. And that's what you need to do. That's the first thing. And a high ticket offer, in my opinion, is above $2,000. And I think every single person has been watching me forever. You guys all know this, right? It's above $2,000, okay? And that's the first thing I would do. The second thing that I would do, okay, now that I'm clear about what I offer, okay, and I've got an offer that's based on the results I know I can deliver for someone, right, quickly, is I would set up strategy sessions. I would set up consultations. I would set up conversations. I would set up opportunities for me to talk to people who might be interested in what I know how to do. Okay, it would just be that simple, okay? So I would literally go places where I could strategically begin to have conversations or, share what I know how to do and looking for people who need what I need, right? So I would probably be thinking about, places where people have been going to writers' camps or networking events where maybe they might be some book-centered things or people who want to build brands. I would be there. And I would offer all of those people an opportunity to apply for a consultation with me, to apply for a conversation with me, to apply for a strategy session with me. Yeah, that's what I would do, okay? Because that would allow me, because they would self-identify themselves, number one. This is what I would do, okay? And they would identify themselves based on what I provide, okay? Because they want that result, okay? And then the other thing that I would do, if I didn't want to go out and network anywhere, the third thing I would do is I'd likely set up a Facebook ad. I'd probably take $1,000 on Facebook, run an ad, and that ad would specifically be to identify people who want the thing that I offer, the problems that I know how to solve. It would be for those people, right? Yeah, I take $1,000 and I would do an ad for $1,000, not $1,000 a day. Okay, for those of you who are like, oh my gosh, but you got to understand, it takes money to make money. This is what I would do. And let's say that I was offering something. I'm going to keep it believable for people out there. But let's say I was offering something that was like, let's make it so believable. Let's say I was offering something for like $3,600. That's low because I would offer it for a lot more than that. But let's just make it believable. I only need 3 sales. Okay. You know what I mean? I only need 3 sales. If I sold 3 things for $3,600, just three, that would be my 10 grand. Like think about it. Okay. If in fact for what I offer, I was charging $5,000 for that, I only need 2 sales. If I were charging $10,000, I only need 1 sale. That's that. Okay. So for me, I would lead with what I'm amazing at, and then I would literally create a offer that delivered that value, but it would fully value what I'm bringing to the table. You guys know I talk to you guys about that all the time. And I would set up sessions and opportunities to talk to people who want what I have. That's what I would do. And then and then from there, I would set up an ad so the people who want what I have would just identify me. That's what I would do. All right. And there, I would give you a bonus. Let me give you a bonus. And the bonus would be, and I did this also, but the bonus for me would be, which would be my number 4. Great, right? Number 4 would be, I would likely, I'll give you 2 bonuses. 2 bonuses, which would be, I would and did hire a top mentor to show me how to make money. That's as simple as that. That's what I would do. And I did do that, and that worked for me. That was the first thing I did in my business. So if I didn't say that, I'd be remiss and I wouldn't be being truthful. First thing I did was hire a mentor. Hadn't even built any curriculum. I hadn't sold anything. I wasn't even working as a coach. I didn't even know how to build a coaching business. The first thing I did was hire a coach. And I hired the second highest paid coach in the country. Okay, she was making millions at that time. She's still making millions, but she was making over $2 million at that time. This is over 13 years ago. Like, this is crazy, right? That's the first thing I did in my business. Literally the first act. I did that before I even incorporated my company. Literally. Didn't have a website, didn't do all that. And I meet so many entrepreneurs, they do all these crazy things. Like, they spend all their money on things advising themselves, and it's the wrong stuff. Like, I wasn't even incorporated. The first thing I did was hire someone to help me. So that's a bonus. And I think the other thing that I would do, and I do, is I would become part of associations that are high-level associations. So one of the things that I've learned over the years is that, you know, you've got to level up. You've got to be in conversation with people. There are no hearts, but I'm breaking this down anyway. You need to be in conversation with people who are having high-level conversations. And I think that the problem is sometimes when you're used to having a low-level conversation, all right, you can be attracted to that, even in the marketing. Like, you might come here on Periscope, and that somebody's talking to you about flash sale and $47 and $97 and $297 and $497 and $997 and $1497 and $1997, and you're like, ooh, I want that. But do you need that? Okay. So whenever I made an investment in myself, I never looked at a price tag. I always chose what was best for me to get to where I wanted to be. And my best friend is that way as well. That's how we met, actually. But we both ended up working with the same coach. That's how I met her over 10 years ago. So, you know, if I were getting started in business today, that's what I would do. Those are my bonuses. Like, I would be around people at a high level to having conversation. And I would invest at a very high level with someone that knows how to make money. And the thing is that, you know, that's had a history in it, that's living in a way that's congruent to my lifestyle. I would never work with someone who their value set doesn't match my own. You know what I'm saying? Like, for me, family is everything to me. For me, you know, I'm a believer. I want to work with someone that mirrors that. For me, I love myself. I like to be in environments that respect me. I would invest that way. All right. And I've always done that as well. Right. And for me, freedom is everything to me. And I would only hire a coach that is free, literally. Like, you know, 85% of your income's got to be generated. You got to be able to be free. Like, if you're working a job, you get a W-2, you're not free. I don't care what you call it. I don't care how you call it, anything like that. I'm not interested in that. Doesn't mean that you're not valuable. Doesn't mean you're not knowledgeable, but you can't teach me how to be free if you've got a W-2 income, right? So a lot of people are disillusioned about that. Or if I want to be free and the way you generate your income is hustle and grind, I'm not interested in that in my own business, then you can't teach me. I don't have any judgment about it. I'm just saying I'm very discerning for myself about what I'm looking at. But a lot of people are money chasers, right? And so they're like, oh, I can make money today. And so anybody that's willing to teach you whatever it is, people are just jumping on board, and is it what you need? All right. So I wanted to open the floor and see if you guys got value. Did this support you? I told you I was going to keep this quick. This is quick. And I just wanted to share with you very simply that the 3 things that I would do to hit my first 10K, these are 3 things I would do. Knowing what I know now, that's what I would do. Okay. And that's all I would do. And it wouldn't be hard. My whole time and attention would be to launch those things, right? That was real talk, right? Great scope. Thank you so much, right? That's what I would do, Tamika. And knowing I know now, that's it. I would just be having conversations with people who want what I had. And that's that. And my only goal would be, like, I only need 3 if I'm selling something for $3,600. If I'm selling something for $5,000, I only need 2. If I'm selling something for $10,000, I only need 1. Okay. And I know that what I'm offering, I can provide that result for someone. So I'm not going to be shy about it, but I got to be clear about it in order for me to offer that. Are there any ahas? What did you learn as a result of being here today? If you haven't shared yet on Twitter, on Facebook, and of course on Periscope, please do. If you haven't shared yet, I'm Mia Redrick. Redrick. I'm the mom strategist. I'm a business coach, and I support clients with both life and business success. I want to welcome you here. If you're just joining me, we've been talking today about what do you need to do if you want to hit your first 10K in your business. All I did was share what I would do. Knowing what I know today, these 3 things that I would do in order for me to hit $10,000 within a 30-day time frame. Knowing what I know today. And literally, I would get clear about, what transformation I provide for people. I would create a high-end offer. I would do strategy sessions. I would use Facebook. And my only goal would be to move my program. I don't even know that I would set up a website or do any of that, because you don't even need that today if you truly can provide that transformation for people. I think that so many people get caught in what it looks like and they forget about what it is. What was one one takeaway that you got? If you haven't shared yet on Twitter, on Facebook, and of course on Periscope, come on guys, you got to share so that other people can benefit as well, who didn't get the memo, okay? So what was one that you got, or one takeaway that you got as a result of being here today? Anybody want to share? Okay. And did this provide you with value? Did you get some insight as a result of what I shared with you tonight? Any idea of a high-end offer, right? So yeah, sure. So when you understand, so you guys who are in Scope School, you understand that a high-end offer fully values what you're bringing to the table. Level up. A lot of value. Thank you so much, right? A high-end offer is at least an offer that's $2,000 or more, okay? And that's looking at what your skills and your talents and your gifts are, and then based on that, constructing, many great pieces of information. Thank you so much, right? Constructing an offer that fully values the transformation you provide for your audience, okay? So I think that a lot of times that everybody wants, and I think what you're really asking me is, tell me what exactly goes into a high-end offer, right? So you want to know, like, you're thinking minutia, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm not having a minutia conversation. I'm having a transformation conversation. The thing is, the client doesn't care how they get there as long as they get the result. And that's what you got to remember when you create an offer for anybody, right? So when people hire me, they don't care how we're going to get there. You know what I mean? Do they care if we get there by boat? Do they care if we get there by plane? You know what I mean? Do they care if we get there by automobile? No. They just care that they get there. And my responsibility is to make sure they get to where they want to be. And that's what you got to remember when you're constructing any offer for a client. Don't get caught in the minutia. The reason that we think minutia is because job mentality, minutia, okay? That's not what we're talking about here. I'm talking about thinking about how to service people at a high level, using your talents and your gifts, all right, and being fully compensated for that, because you can bring that result to that client. Did that support you guys? Hopefully that clarification helped you also, okay? Are there any other questions? Any other comments for me? Okay. Any other questions? The floor is open, going once. I want to thank you for joining me today. I appreciate you for being here. I'm Mia Redrick. I'm the mom strategist, and I support clients with both life and business success. You can always check me out at miaredrick.com or on Facebook, Mia Redrick, the mom strategist. If you guys love this and some of you want to book a strategy session, I would love that. People get caught up in what it looks like and lose sight of what it is, right? Absolutely. They are all flash. Okay, but at the end of the day, it's like no cash, right? So what you want to focus on is really thinking about why would you buy anything that you buy? You buy things because it delivers a result that you want, right? People invest in me not because I'm a nice person. I am a nice person. That's not why they invest in me. They invest in me because I create a transformation for them in their life and in their business. I take a stand for them to see their greatness. And as a result of that, when you really see who you are in incredible ways, you can ask from the world all kinds of incredible things. It's interesting because a lot of times that type of transformation, like being able to see, like imagine not knowing how great you are, the price of that. Like imagine not knowing how awesome and incredible you are, right? Think about it, right? And so operate in a real small place. Imagine if really quickly, if I can get you to see how valuable you really are You'll ask so much more of the world. You'll choose so much bigger for yourself. You know what I mean? You'll stand and own your bigness, as I call it, right? So that's, to me, one of the greatest things that I get to do, that I think a lot of times my clients are like, yeah, this is great. We're creating product. We're doing stuff. But that's great. But if I can get somebody to see how fantastic they really are, if I can even get them to take a glimpse, just a peek of how God sees them, like, really, okay, they're going to cook it. They're gonna create amazing things. And yep, some of them are gonna say, you know what Mia helped me with is write my book. That's true. And they're gonna say, Mia helped me to, I converted my husband to watch you with me. Okay, laughing out loud. You're so amazing. We appreciate. Hi, husband. What's his name? Hi, husband. You know, we like the husbands, right? You know, my husband's downstairs. But if you can get somebody to see how amazing they really are, it's transformative in their world, right? And they'll ask so much more of the world. This concept seems fitted for coaching, not more of a physical product. Is that a question or is that a statement? Okay, was that a question or was that a statement? And let me tell you why I'm asking that, because it's important. So the thing is, we have these roadblocks about how we interpret whatever it is in the world, right? And so we lead with what we know. And then based on that, we want a definition around that. So I would say, hey, look, if you're asking me a question, ask me a question. Is it a question or is it a statement? Because either way, if it's a statement, you're right. And if it's a question, I'm happy to answer it. All right. So are there any other questions on the floor? Any other questions on the floor? Any other questions? This was a great scope. I hope you guys got value. I've enjoyed sharing with you guys. It's a question. Okay, so no, this can work for a product as well. So so what you know is a product, okay? So what you know is a product. You are a product, okay? So the first thing you understand is what you know is a product. And that it's not like something that's over there. It's literally something there. You can take what you know, you can package what you know into a course, a program, you know what I mean? A coaching program. It could be a digital course that people buy. It could be an experience, right? That could be your product. So the fact of the matter is, it works for a service or it can work for a product. It just depends on how you want to package it. It wouldn't matter to me either one, you know. Either one, it would work for me. So I hope that answers your question. So in fact, I think it works a lot better even for a product, you know. So like for my coaching programs, I have some that I do live, and then I have some that I run as products that people just buy as an automated, you know, an evergreen experience because they want to have access to the information. They buy the product. All right. But then some I do live and I provide the service live. All right. And people buy that too. So it wouldn't matter. So it's either one it works for. I hope that gave you some clarification around that. Okay. Are there any other questions? Right. Yes, I do. So what I would suggest that you do if you are interested in working with a mentor, then follow the link that's on Facebook. Not on Facebook, on my bio on Periscope. It's going to take you to my Facebook page at Mia Redrick, the Mom Strategist. And there is a link there that says book a strategy session. That's if you're interested in investing in a coach, because I don't do free coaching, but you can book a consultation with me if you're serious about being mentored and making an investment in yourself in that way. All right. With the way technology is changing, do you feel that customer service is a lost skill? Well, Chelsea, that's a great question. But I think that one of the things to keep in mind is it doesn't have to be a lost skill in your business. Like in my business, I feel like customer service is amazing. So it doesn't matter that customer service would be lost with, 99.9% of the businesses is irrelevant in my company. In my company, customer service is amazing. That's the only thing that matters, right? Is that, okay? So that's how I like to focus on things. It's just like, it doesn't matter to me anything else is happening, right? Only what I'm doing, only for Moms Left Line. I'm a dad, like your concept. I have a small percentage of dads that I work with. Probably 2%, 3% of my client base are dads, and they're all sharp, and I have great relationships with guys. And I also have a small percentage, about 5% of my client base are women that don't have children. So I am called the Mom Strategist because I do have a special place for moms, right, who make excuses about not showing up because they're thinking about their kids, and they're like, I'm not going for my dream because I need to see Tommy graduate from school, and Tommy needs to see you crush it by the time he graduates from school. That's where I take a stand, okay? For those of you who have been making those excuses, I'm not listening. I'm not listening, all right? And if you're a mom and you're ready to give your kids a different example, then, I'm all into that. Like, I'm into that. I'm going to show you how to do it. My kids were really young, 11, 9, and 6 years old when my husband was on dialysis. And I was so grateful that I built a business that could be there, right? Because I could do it, and you can do it. All right. And I support a lot of clients who have extenuating circumstances, who thought, you know what, I can't do it. My husband's in the military full time. My kid has a disability. You know what I mean? Whatever it is, right? And I showed them that they can. Is Syndrika in the house? Look, guys, Syndrika is here. Hey there, darling. Good to see you. I'm so excited. Syndrika, I am done actually today, but, and this is going to go inside of Scope School. I was not going to do a replay, but maybe I'll do a replay for you for 1 hour, right? Because you're a great client. So maybe I'll keep that up for an hour for you. All right. Are there any other questions? Are there any other questions or comments? You guys got value from the scope today. I want to thank you so much for being here today. If there are any final questions, going twice, I'm happy to answer those, or any comments, I'm happy to answer those. I'm Mia Redrick. I'm the mom strategist. I support clients with both life and business success. You can always check me out at miaredrick.com and miaredrick.com, or on Facebook, Mia Redrick, the mom strategist over there. If you want to book a strategy session, just go to my bio here on Periscope, and there's a link that's going to take you right over to Facebook, and you can apply for a strategy session. If you're sharp, if you're smart, you believe in self-investment, and you believe in God, I'd love to talk to you. If you're ready to do the thing, you know what I mean? Like, you're ready to do it without excuses, and you want to kick butt coach, that would be me, then I'd love to speak with you, all right? So if there are not any questions going 3 times, then I'm going to sign off. I want to thank you for your time tonight. I appreciate you guys for being here. And if you haven't shared, this is your last time to share on Twitter, on Facebook, and of course on Periscope. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.